We just so fresh and clean.
So fresh and so clean.
We was doing the dance in this bitch. Okay, but anyway. So that was easy. That one was easy. I can handle that. I can't Dougie though. But anyway.
What?
I cannot Dougie. So
That's
we're getting into our topic discussion of the night, which is compatibility. We almost got into a heated debate about it on the break.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few questions I want to ask before we even delve into what we were just talking about, because that is a mess is a mess that a lot of people have a misconception about.
Or vice versa.
I said a lot of people have a misconception about. There is no vice versa. But anyway, so the first thing I want to ask about this is, what do you feel determines compatibility on a whole?
If you're on the same wave as the person, like.
So you feel people have to have things in common to be compatible?
Yes, I believe in arranged marriages. I believe love fades, but business talks.
That don't even make sense right now to what I just asked you.
But it kind of does, because if you're compatible, you're on the same wavelength. You know, like you got the same expectations, the same expectations, and it's a business. A relationship, in the end of the day, is a business. It's like if you decide to get married to someone, you taking their debt on, they taking your debt on, so it's a business. So if you're not on the same wavelength, then it's not going to work.
I agree to an extent. I don't feel like compatibility ultimately boils down to common interests or things like that. I mean, you don't have to have things in common. You just have to have common goals. I think we have to be working toward. Even in the most minimalistic of the sense, we have to both at least want each other. That's a place to start. We're compatible right now because we both want this relationship.
So, okay. What's the most important thing to you
in terms of
in a relationship?
I think the most important thing is being truly committed to what you're doing. Of course, outside of trust and outside of everything, you both have to have the mentality that this is the person that I chose. This is who I'm going to be with. And we're going to get through this shit regardless of what comes our way, because literally no relationship is perfect. And literally day-to-day life is full of pitfalls.
I agree with you on that.
Even on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And you choosing to have someone that you're going to be with is you choosing to pick someone to go through that shit with on a daily basis and to go through their shit that they go through on a daily basis. So it's the conscious decision to me is the most important part, the conscious decision to be together. Because if you lose sight of the fact that this is the person that I chose, it's so easy to walk away from it when things get rough. Outside of trust and loyalty, and all of those things are clearly important. But to me, I think the most important key to a relationship is choosing each other every day. That's the only way you're going to care enough to stay in it, because you got to remember that.
I disagree with what you said, but I disagree with what a lot of people go about. I think love is the number one thing that people go about when choosing a relationship. But I think love fades.
Love is fleeting. Love comes and goes, essentially.
Love does not stand the test of hard times.
Let me take that back. It's not that love comes and goes. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes I could love you to fucking death.
You're right.
But you could be just not the right person for me. Like, too many things are wrong with the way we are together for me to be able to stand it anymore. So then love becomes no longer enough.
That's why a relationship should, or a committed relationship should also be a business decision. If that person...
Well, sometimes it's also not that. Like, there's a balance. It's not also that extreme either. Sometimes it's not all about love, or it's not all about, okay, we're in this for these terms. We met, we vibed, whatever it was, we connected that made us want to get to this point. This is where we are. We're either making the decision to be together, or we're going to have to decide how we're going to go about this, because, I mean, it doesn't have to be a business, but it has to be.
But we're talking about compatibility, right? I think more business than love. I think it's like more 65% business, 35% love. That the lasting relationships happen, because relationships that's like 30, 50 years in, they got an understanding of how things work. It ain't just, we googly eyes for each other, because that shit fades.
It doesn't though. It doesn't fade, but it gets harder to maintain it on a day to day, because like I said, life happens, and that's where choosing each other comes in. That's why I can't say it's mostly business. No, it doesn't. It's It wasn't never real. You'll always love that person. That's why I said that she's not enough sometimes.
You never felt like, but you never felt like I was madly in love with somebody, and then all of a sudden shit went bad, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck is you?
Exactly. It's never.
That you didn't love it. You thought you did, but you really did.
I've never personally been in a situation where I felt that way. Any instance where I loved somebody and was madly in love with them and things went awry down the line, it was because of whatever other unforeseen circumstances came into play that made the love no longer enough.
Love and hate are very close because you can't hate a person that you didn't used to love. Because they used to have, you had this expectation for them, and it's just like, you dislike a person, but hate is strong. Hate is from within.
Well, you shouldn't hate anyone. That's a deep,
but it happens. That's a deep feeling. If somebody did you super grimy, and you like, man, fuck him, yo.
Miss Judge and Miss Reed hate and love
all the time.
They just say those words. You can say, I hate you. Say, oh, you shouldn't say that, because usually when you say it, that's not really the emotion that you really mean. You're just trying to say the worst thing you could possibly say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's not really hate.
That is not a hate make.
Not to be cliche, but there's a thin line between love and hate. But I think it's hand in hand, and I think too many people put too much stock in love. Like, I love this person, we got so much chemistry, but are you compatible? Are y'all businesses aligned? It's like, it's like, are y'all on the same wavelength? It's like, is his goals to pay bills, or is her goals to go out and spend money? Like, y'all can be very fond of each other, but y'all can just not be compatible. That's why I like arranged type of marriages, and like, I think arranged marriages last probably longer because you know what that person's supposed to do. Look, you're supposed to pay these bills.
I think this
and
is
when I come home
of your upbringing.
3 nights in the week, we're gonna have sex at least.
This is a product of your upbringing.
Oh no.
You are detached from basic human emotion because you did not have a standard upbringing.
No. I've seen a lot of love fail, and so many people grew up. Oh, I grew up in a 2-parent household, but then they get divorced.
I grew up in a fucking single parent household, and I understand love very well because I was loved. I'm not saying that you weren't. I'm not saying that you weren't loved. I'm not saying you weren't loved. I'm saying that the way love was shown to me, like, I was shown love in a different way that made love different for me. So I think I may look at it and cherish it a little differently than you do. Not saying that you don't care about it. I'm
extremely afraid of 2 things in this life.
Love is one of them.
Alimony and child support, and I don't want none of them. So, in order to avoid alimony and child support, I'm going to make sure I'm compatible with the women I marry, because I do not want to pay $500.
But compatibility to you is all about the business.
Business first, love second.
That is
I got
not
chemistry. I'm not going to marry somebody I got business with, and I ain't got no chemistry with. I need both, but the most important thing is I need to know that her life is aligned with mine.
So do you feel that common interests are a must?
By common interests, like, what you mean?
Things in common.
No. She can be totally different than me. Like, she can like totally different things. Like, I kind of like that. I like when you do your own thing and I do my own thing, and we come together at the end of the night. More than we doing everything together. Of course, we're gonna do some things together.
I feel like that's a better dynamic.
Everything together.
I want the person I'm with to be my best friend. I want to be the first person you think to call when some shit happens, good or bad. I want to be the first person you think to call when you want some tickets and some shit. Like, I can go this place. Oh my God, let me call her.
What's that would be my
I feel like
lady.
Yeah, so like, not saying that you of course have to be each other's shadow, but I feel like you should be, like, if I'm your significant other, I should be the one that should be there for anything at any given time.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think so.
We got to have our own separate lives.
Yeah, you have your own separate lives, of course. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't just be coming together at the end of the day. You should still have things that you go to that person. Like, they should be the first person that you go to for everything. Yo, there's this movie I really want to see. When we going? Yo, there's this place I just found. I want to go
impossible.
so bad. Where you going? Where we going?
You're a male and female. We have different interests. Like I can't be like, oh, Katie went to the Warriors. I can't call my girl like, yo, Katie went to the Warriors. She gonna be like, what the fuck is you talking about? Bye. We can't be the same on everything.
Of course, she's
like,
not your boyfriend, but
you gotta have your own world, like a girl's world and a guy's world.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, and I'm not saying that you should call them every time you have anything to say about anything. You still have friends, and you should still uphold those friendships, and they should be the people you talk to about those kinds of things. But in terms of your life and everything else, your significant other should be your go-to person because they're supposed to be your best friend.
If I got a promotion, I'm calling my old lady first.
If you want tickets to a concert, who you calling first?
My old lady. Well,
right. No.
I just see who. Like, it depends on the concert. Because my old lady, I want to go to the Bad Boy concert, but my former old lady didn't want to. And I was like, oh well, okay. I'm mad. I brought that topic to you. Touche. I mean, peace. Didn't want to go. I want to see Mace.
She said, okay, but at least you asked her first. That's what I'm saying, though. It's just like it should be your best friend.
No, your old lady does not need to be your best friend. She need to be you. Y'all need to ride for each other.
So let me ask you this: does your ambition have to match? Like,
yes,
you have to have the same goal.
Yes. No, not the same goals. You both have to have goals.
I agree with that.
You cannot be comfortable.
For instance, like I'll see people say, "Oh, are you willing to work for a man to be like? Are you willing to like wait for a man to be what he's gonna be while he's down?" And I feel like there's a difference between a nigga that just ain't about shit and is just like living home, not trying to do nothing better for himself, and a nigga that is down at the moment, living home but working towards some shit. There's a difference between that. That's growing together.
Like we discussed during the break, you should never be with a person for that potential.
Well, I'm not saying that you should be with someone for their potential, but if someone is trying and it's not just home, it has no aspirations.
The best relationship,
that's different.
The best relationship is that you accept the person for who they are.
Okay,
so
yeah,
you cannot say, "Oh, he's going to be this eventually."
Oh my god.
Or she's going to be that eventually.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is there are instances where people discuss what women should and shouldn't take from a man. People say that women shouldn't be with a dude that has nothing, right? Some people believe that. I believe you should still, it doesn't matter. If this is someone that you connect with, love, want to be with, it doesn't matter if they have nothing right now. You take them as they are, you build together, you grow together. People sometimes need another person in order to get to where they need to go in the next point in their life. They need that motivation. So I don't ever think it's okay to say that I shouldn't be with someone because he doesn't have a job or a car or a place to stay that's his own. Like, as long as he has aspirations to get those things, I'm fine. I'm not saying that I'm pushing him to be the person that needs to think like that, but if he already thinks like, okay, where I'm at is not enough. This is not a good place for me to be in my life.
I'm not gonna lie, niggas lie about their aspirations and ambitions.
Well, lying is one thing, and it being a parent is another.
This is what I'm about to do.
Yeah, but there's a difference between someone being all talk, but you can see when someone's not all talk. You can see a nigga making moves.
The right woman can motivate you. The right woman can motivate a bum ass nigga to stop being a bum ass nigga.
Yeah,
true. So I don't.
She has the whole expectations though.
If the guy doesn't have anything, then he ain't doing shit. He can meet the right woman and be like, "Fuck, what the fuck? I'm gonna get myself together. I want to do this for her. I want us to, you know what I mean?" And his whole outlook can change. Mm-hmm. So everybody has potential.
Yeah.
I just don't think you date off potential.
No, I don't think you should date off potential because some people never reach their potential.
Like, oh, he want to be this, he want to be that. No, he's not that, and he's not this.
Wanting to be is one thing, but like
trying
you said, acting on it is different.
You can see when someone's actually trying, and you can see when someone's just talking.
Right.
There's
Touché.
a difference.
I give you that.
So if someone, I feel like if someone is clearly just talking, of course you shouldn't continue to waste time on them because, of course, you know when someone is just talking. But if you see this man making strides or woman making strides, whether they're small or big strides, you see them trying, they definitely deserve a chance. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then to your point, like about changing people, I don't feel anyone should ever try to change anyone. However, I do feel like people should make adjustments to themselves in order to fit into a union because you're never going to properly fit into a 2-person situation as your 1-person self. Because as one people, we are naturally selfish and we think for ourselves. We think we've only had to always think for ourselves. Why would we think for this other person? Now you have another person that is in your life that needs to be considered.
So let me get this straight. I'm confused. Let me just tell you that. Because if I'm a caring person, I don't have to change to care about the woman that I'm with. Like if I know, oh, my girl probably home. Let me call her, see what's up with some food. Let me see if she's hungry or something. But like you making it like, but you saying by conforming to a relationship.
What if you're the type of dude that go out every weekend, don't come home, stay out with your fellas all.
Exactly
if she point. Got and if now we got to change. If she if, no. If we got into a relationship and I was doing that, then you gotta expect that all the time.
Chris, listen to me right now.
A lot of people think that though.
Diamond, I'm so glad you brought it up because that's the exact point I was gonna make. Let me tell you why you're dead ass fucking wrong. Mm-hmm. Because that was your single behavior. That was the way you were living your life before you got into this relationship. It doesn't matter how the fuck you were living your life when you were single because you were single. But now you're in a relationship. And things that you did then are no longer acceptable now.
9 times out of 10, I met you doing that. So.
But it does not matter now.
A lot of people
in a different situation.
That's how people get miserable and start cheating.
No, this is why people wind up single for the rest of their lives because they don't understand this.
If you accept a person's, it's like, look, just because you go out does not mean you have sex with a bunch of people.
I'm supposed to be with you and you gonna run the street every single weekend. I don't know where the
fuck
you
out with
at.
Me.
No, fuck that. I don't. You with your boys.
Come out.
You know that you're not gonna want your girl with you when you with your boys.
Okay, then all right. You think I want to be in the house all day with you? Like
that don't mean that you gotta be in the house with your girl all day.
If you want to have some type of middle ground, then you're gonna have to accommodate to my lifestyle. You're gonna have to come out with me. You're gonna have to make plans like, oh, maybe we should all do this or something. I'm not gonna just stop not going out.
And here's the middle ground.
Yeah, y'all not compatible.
Exactly. But here's the middle. He's not compatible with anyone. Here's the middle ground. Check this out. Here's the middle ground. You like to go out. Mm-hmm. She likes to stay home. You pick a certain day or two during the week where y'all stay home. You pick a day during the week where y'all go out. You have a day or two, however you decide with that person what's more comfortable for the both of you, where you do you and she does her. You cannot expect, though, to just do you all the time and have it be okay with the other person. Because not only do they not feel like you've been considering them, they don't feel respected because you don't feel like it matters enough that they're in your life that you should change the fact that you run the streets all the time.
We shouldn't be together then.
You shouldn't have a girlfriend if you feel like you should be able to just run the streets.
No, I should have somebody ready to ride with me. You met me this way, I'm going to be this way.
This is your
yeah. I mean, a lot of people think like that, and so like the woman. Here's the woman side of that. You got a girl who was dressing extra tramp, right? Now she's in a relationship and she still dresses extra tramp, and you want to get her to tone that down a little bit. And she says, you met me you met me like this. She should alter the way she dresses.
She should.
Because she's average. The clothes that you wore when you were single, when you were advertising this pussy is available, is not the same outfit you should be wearing when this pussy's taken.
You shouldn't be changing your spouse's dress code anyway.
People have to adjust to each other. People have to adjust to each other. People have to adjust to each other. You cannot live your single ass life as a couple. You cannot, because your single life is for you. When you were single, you were living for you. Everything you did was for and about you. It's your best interest and only that, because you ain't have nobody else to consider or give a fuck about. Period. So when you get into a pair, how can you logically think that it is sane to continue down that same road and expect that person to just come along with you? That's narcissistic thinking, because you are one person and they are one person. You both have your own personalities, and you both have your own ideas of what's right. Everybody's different. Unless you have a clone of yourself, which is highly unlikely, you're never going to find a situation where you can continue to be the same you were before it. If you don't ever grasp that, I promise you won't ever have a lasting relationship.
If I met you as a stripper, I will never say, when you want to stop stripping?
Then that's a problem.
No, that's who you is, and I love you for who you are. See, that's what it is. I love you for who you are. I'm not trying to change
under this
who
scenario.
you are.
How is there any room for growth?
Exactly.
So because if you want to change,
you want to stay in the same place.
Dumb as shit.
No.
When I met you,
You don't know how to read. That's fine, baby. You don't never have to learn how to read with me. I'll read your books, baby.
You misinterpreted what I said. Like, all right, I said during the break, I said, listen, you're not gonna do what you don't want to do. I change every year. So eventually, if she wants to be like, yo, I don't want to strip no more. I got this good man at home, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not myself gonna be like, look, you need to stop stripping.
Okay.
I want her to be like, you know what?
But that's exactly what we're saying.
And no. But you saying you want that other person to compromise. No, I have to come to that
compromise. No, that's what I'm saying. You are supposed. I am talking about. Okay, listen. This whole time I'm speaking to the individual. I am not saying what the spouse says you should do. I'm saying that as a single person, you have to know that you cannot continue to live your single ass life and be a part of a pair, which means that you have to make adjustments to yourself in your life to be considerate to another person, and vice versa. You cannot live and rock the same way you did when you didn't have another person to worry about.
I come to common ground with you. Just don't tell me what to do, and I'll come to that notion on my own.
That's fine. A smart woman or man knows how to subconsciously nudge people along. So you can nudge progress by growing yourself. So by doing something and setting a motion, the other person has to rise to the occasion or they're going to fall by the wayside. So for instance, if you start getting your life together financially and your person that you're with is still a fucking mess financially, and you, even if you're just sharing information about, yo, I just got my credit score to 800, this is how I did it. Or, yo, I got this promotion at work, this is how I did it. It's literally, you're sharing your life. You're going to share that information. If that person isn't trying to meet you there and they're still just being like down here while you're up here, that's a disconnect. That's not compatible. That person should want to start being better. You're supposed, they should feel motivated by your success. That's a small example. I kind of
agree with you. I just feel like people should come to that conclusion on their own.
That's a small example. That's what I'm saying.
No, you just said nudging. I'm not with that.
Oh, I said subconsciously nudging, meaning
it's still wrong.
No. Meaning that by doing it myself, I should be motivating you to do it yourself. Subconsciously nudging, meaning I'm doing this shit myself for myself in front of you so that you get it and do it too. It's a mind fuck essentially, but it's for that person's greater good, and it is to help them want to make themselves better.
I get what you're saying.
And again, that's just one example. That's a larger scale in terms of making, growing.
I just think the best relationships that I've seen is the person saying, you know what, baby, I love you for who you are.
And they don't fucking grow.
They do, because people grow on their own.
You're not going to grow if you're going to let somebody stay stagnant. If you're going to allow someone to stay stagnant in your relationship. If you're accepting for someone who they are and you're praising them for it, like, I love you like that. Stay like that, baby. That's what's up. How are they ever going to think that anything's wrong with anything ever to change anything ever? When
why
in actuality,
you need to change?
Because we're always having
room for growth on your own. Why you gotta?
You're completely misunderstanding everything I'm saying. I am not saying that someone needing to change is someone telling someone to change. You have a skewed view on this. Apparently, someone must have fucked you up with this because no, it's what I see. Someone needs to change. What I see. Well, that's unfortunate because not everyone pushes people to change.
You need to stop doing that. You need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing that. As I said all the time. Not even in relationships that I'm in. I see it all the time. People be like, why you still doing this? Why you still got people over in the house and such, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but we're not talking about instances where people don't get it. We're talking about instances of how it should be.
If a nigga don't want to go out
to want to grow
for
together.
his girl, then he's not going to go out. But if he wants to go out and his girl ain't doing shit for him, that's your fault in your relationship. It's not his. You got to make your nigga want to stay home.
Lord, listen, if you know that your girl has a problem with you going out 5 times a week, avoid having static. A rational person would try to cut it down. I'll use myself as an example. I have always been known to smoke a lot of weed. That's what I've always done. But
don't incriminate yourself.
I barely at all smoke anymore. It's literally once in a very blue moon I don't smoke. And it's because my boyfriend had a problem with it. Now, he didn't necessarily tell me to stop, but knowing that it bothers him so much, even if it was as minuscule as me not wanting to hear his mouth, I started to cut back. And it turned into me pretty much stopping because I spent a lot of time around him. But it's also helped me in many other ways inadvertently that I didn't think of or consider. Like, I have so much more energy. I can get things done better than I used to. Like, a lot of changes have come from it. And he's noticed that and has even brought it up and praised me for, like, yo, I never would have thought you would have got to this point. And I'm really proud of you for this, and that because of it. Like, he didn't have to tell me to stop. But knowing that it bothers him was enough for me to consider his feelings, to consider slowing down, to avoid. For me, it was avoiding hearing his mouth. But I know that it bothers him. Let me chill out a little bit when I know I'm going to see him.
Those were never my best relationships.
Well, then you're never going to have.
No, I've had really good relationships.
Do you have now?
No, I'm single. But I had good relationships. It's some other things that happen regarding that. But like on some me, like the best relationships is like, Chris, I love you for who you are.
Did it motivate you to want to change?
I'm already motivated. I'm a motivated person.
To want to be better?
I change every day. Every day for the better.
I feel like you don't change much. Just based off of the way some of the things you disclosed today.
I'm in grad school now. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to work my way up.
I'm not talking about your personal life in terms of your professional life. I'm talking about the ways of thinking and moves that you make and just like your other shit. I'm not talking about your professional life. That's always good to go that way. And growth is more than just professionally.
I'm just saying, even me as a person, I'm not in a rush at anything. So
why would you ever not want to grow now? Life is short. You should always want to be the best you now.
No. I am trying to be the best me, but like I think people rush into things, and
time is relative.
No, I don't want to get married to like 35, maybe 40.
So if the most perfect person you ever met in the world that literally had everything you ever needed in any instance, any capacity, literally the perfect person for you, walked up to you tomorrow, you wouldn't be ready to marry them?
So sad I met you so early.
That's a fucking shame.
No, I want to live life like I don't. All right, first and foremost, I never want to grow with no woman. I want to have my own coming into a relationship. I want to come in like, look.
That don't make, no.
I want to get myself together first in all aspects of life before I ever enter.
Do you understand that no one is ever 100% ready for anything ever? No, you'll never be 100% ready. And if that's the mentality you have, you're always going to be alone.
I just want 2 baby mothers anyway.
Diamond, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Simon? I want to know what you're thinking.
My thoughts?
Yeah.
On which part?
Everything, just whatever. Whatever you like to share right now.
I mean, ultimately, I don't think he is ready for that relationship. I think he just is ready for some hookups.
No, I am on a 90-day abstinence.
No, but what I mean is that your wife no wife is going to accept the things that you're saying.
No.
So you're not ready. You're not ready to get married. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not ready to get married.
No, even real girlfriend is going to accept things.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I had a girl that accepted my life,
and you're not with her anymore. So it didn't work.
That's my choice.
It's probably not.
No. His choice.
I didn't like
what was necessary
that's
to
probably
keep her.
true because he doesn't.
I didn't like her overall ambitions, and I knew eventually we weren't compatible. But she accepted me for who I was. She trusted me. I came home, but I was gonna do me because I got to be happy. If I'm not happy, I can't make her happy.
What does that mean?
Me?
Were you faithful?
Yes.
100%.
Which relationship? The one I'm talking about right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved her. I went out looking forward to coming home. That's serious. Like I went out of course it'd be good for from 10 to 12. By 12 o'clock, I'm like, let me get home. Cause she was that good of a woman, she made me want to come home.
Okay.
But she knew the life I was in, So
I can appreciate you saying that she was so good of a woman, it made you want to come home.
Yeah.
That is good. And that is speaking to what I'm saying. But she wasn't good enough woman for you to feel like, well, let me ask you this. Did she ever have an issue with your frequency of going out?
Yeah.
So did you never have the thought in the same realm of, yo, this is a good woman. I love her. Let me go home. It's 12 o'clock, starting to get late. I'm going to go home. You never had the thought of, yo, I know my girl. Yeah, I know my girl don't like when I go out. I know I've been out already probably twice this week. Let me just stay home tonight.
No, because I was young and I was selfish. I'm thinking if I don't go out, even if I don't even just try to go out, it's just going to piss me off.
You don't see how that's...
And I'm just going to be home what the fuck am I here with you for?
You don't see how it's a problem? And that's what I'm speaking to. That's literally people adjusting themselves to match.
I'm supposed to be miserable for love?
That's not... Why would you be miserable? If you love her, you should be okay with chilling with her. It shouldn't ever be about that. It's literally you making adjustments to yourself.
So you can't tolerate one thing that your spouse does just because you don't like it? So if my girl likes to go shopping all the time and I hate it, she's supposed to be like,
why should you hate it? Time
out. Why is my as a man dislikes for what she does minimize? But what I want to do is, this shit is fucked
because
up.
There's a grand difference between someone spending their own money on something and you literally spending every night out.
No, it isn't.
There isn't?
Because if you have no money, how are we supposed to build?
If it's her money and then she has enough for whatever, however she's spending it somehow.
We build.
How are you building if you're not there?
How are we building when you shopping?
Nigga, that ain't got nothing. You ain't there.
You minimizing my problem with you. Not with you specifically, but I'm just saying. See, you maximize what I do, but minimize your fault. My problems, Chris' problems matters too.
All problems matter.
Just because you got that's the one thing I dislike about women is because they always try to minimize their faults, and I hate that. Why is it?
We do that too.
I'm about to say men do it too. Now I can't acknowledge that I do that. I have an active problem with not considering his feelings. I will blow my fucking top and hit the roof and flip out and leave and wall out and not think about how it makes him feel until maybe the next day. But then I'll start to grovel a little bit and realize I was fucked up. That's me though, being the adult and someone that's actively in our situation and realizing you have fucking feelings too that need to be considered. I'm not going to ever just fucking shit on you and ride out on your feelings without having a second to think about it and trying to come back and make it better. It's the same instance of adjusting yourself. But you can't just be your selfish self and expect someone to take that shit.
I was if
they're an adult.
I was 22.
Okay.
Shorty accepted me for who I was, and I loved that.
You're
only
29.
reason we broke up.
Listen. Okay. I had to turn it 20. Look. You're 29. Look. You are 20 fucking 9.
I'm just agreeing with you, Ma'am.
Almost 30.
Whoa. Almost 29.
You're a hop, skip, and a jump away from 30. Okay. Situations that transpired when you were 22 and the circumstances that surrounded those situations are irrelevant as fuck. Because
like Joe Butt.
Listen, because bitches and niggas, hopefully in the realm of 29, almost 30, should definitely not be rocking the way they did when they was 22.
Hardly disagree.
And this is why the fuck you single. But go ahead.
People do not see. People always rush their 20s. I need to find it. Well, women.
Oh no, you shouldn't rush your 20s.
I need to find this person I'm compatible with because I'm not gonna be able to make babies past 35.
No.
Me personally,
you shouldn't rush your 20s.
I don't want to start that type of life till I'm 35.
You should not rush your 20s. But at the same time, you have to realize that after certain ages, certain things change. Even down to for instance, I realized this past weekend that I am not built for bar hopping and drinking mixed drinks. I just can't. I cannot go out and just have drinks anymore. Even if I'm not hungover the next day, I don't feel right. I can feel that I had shitty alcohol in my system. I realized literally this weekend, I'm getting too old to hang out in certain places in certain ways.
That's you.
No, that's life. Like you grow out of shit. You grow out of behaviors. You grow out of things that you're usually accustomed to. You grow out of things you used to be able to do.
On my own. Don't tell me.
No one's telling you that they should tell you. However, you should be growing. You're 29. Yeah. There is no reason you should have the same mindset that you did at 20 fucking 2.
I don't.
You're explaining it like you do.
I was telling you what was going on.
You're saying that it still should be. You're defending that attitude.
No, I said she accepted me for who I was, and it was the best relationship. You feel
that it should still be that way today?
I mean, I don't go out like I used to at 22, but if you still accept me for who I am at 29. So
what single behavior do you have right now that you feel should be okay to carry into a relationship? Because going out every night is single behavior.
I'm boring now, so I think that was a big problem. I'm boring.
You know when you get
I don't go out.
You know when you get married, right? You have usually people have a bachelor party and a bridal shower.
Yes.
Do you know what those events symbolize?
It should kick off a bye-bye for single life.
It's your it's your end as a single person.
It's really for your friends because you haven't been single for however long.
Right. It's for your friends, but it's to symbolize that. And that's your last night as a single person. So you
never were single.
I know, but I'm saying, but but that's what it is. It's your last night as a single person. The next day or whenever the wedding is, you get married, and then you're supposed to change. You're not supposed to do the things that you did when you were a single, unmarried person.
And that's what that unrealistic idea of the way things go is, I think, part of the reason people divorce, because you should have been preparing already.
Yes.
To change these
switch
things.
Soon as the person get married.
What?
It's a light switch. It's just like
people who switch soon as they get married.
They should.
What you mean?
But they do.
No. There should be a change. I mean, there should be a change. Just like when you graduate. When you graduate from school, you don't go to class no more because now you graduated. You don't come back on the next Monday after graduation. So when I'm showing up for school, I've been doing this. This is what the fuck I do.
Well, this is
the next phase starts.
Why is it always me changing? I used to go out too much. Now I go out none. Like all of a sudden, like, yo, accept me for who I am. I don't want to go out no more. I'd rather watch Netflix and download a bunch of shit and watch it, drink and geek off that. No, let's do this. Let's go here. No, I don't want to do that.
You got to get So that is a compatibility. It goes back to her topic. It's compatibility.
So all of a sudden, you want me to change? You want me to be?
Here's the thing.
At 22. Like, I want to be who I am. I want you to accept me for who I am. If you want to go out, so be it. Have blessed. Come home. Kiss me when you wait. Kiss me when you get home, so I know you home. God bless you. You can do what you do, but just leave me the fuck alone. Like, don't try to change who I am, because I'm not gonna try to change who you are, because I love you for who you are. If you this type of person that want to to go to these type of festivals, blasey, I'm going to accept that. I'm not going to be like, you go out too much. Oh, you need to dress like this when you go out. I'm not going to do none of that because I'm changing who you are. I'm changing the essence of your soul.
All right, listen.
And I'm not with that. So don't change the essence of my soul.
Listen, if you are at the point of getting married, literally any of these behaviors should have been gone anyway. You should not even be considering spending your life with someone if things are not okay enough between y'all for you to want to be at that step. If this person does not give you the things you need, whether that be time or whatever it is, whatever your thing that you need is, if they're not giving that to you, you shouldn't even be at this point. So it should never be an instance of, oh, we got married, oh, it's the next day, things have switched. So if any instances like that, people were probably only getting married for the wedding or whatever it was. I don't believe those people were truly in love, because if they were truly in love, they would have already been working toward that. Being like, things would never change. See, they already made their relationship a climate that would handle marriage. The
difference between me and you is, go back from what earlier. You want your spouse to be your best friend. I want my girl to be who she is, and I accept her for who she is. And I want you to go have fun with your girls. I want you to do.
Why can't someone be your best friend and also be someone that you accept?
Because you're gonna expect me to do what you want to do every time, or the majority of the time. If I don't want to go out, I don't want to go out. And if you want to go out, have fun, baby.
Why is this all boiling down to going out?
No, that's just my example. Like, if I met you and you couldn't cook, who am I to tell you, baby, come home and cook? Like, you can't cook.
How are you supposed to build a life and a family with someone that can't feed you and your family? After a while, you're going to have to start pushing this bitch.
I met you not cooking.
Okay, baby. It was fine in the beginning. You ain't cooked. That's fine. We always ate out. But you know what? We're about to have a baby, and we can't afford to continue to eat out every night. We're going to have to find a way just to save food at home. No, this bitch needs to learn how to cook. Why are you
facilitating her not cooking?
Why are you facilitating people's lack of abilities? You should be pushing someone to get anybody in your life. No, fuck that. You need to push people to be better people. Don't enable people. No. Fuck that. That doesn't mean you change them, but you don't let people just still fucking suck. This bitch can't fucking cook.
Why you gotta suck?
What happens?
I put my penis in you and bust in.
No, this bitch sucks, because how can you fucking get through life and you can't even fucking feed yourself? If you don't have no money and if ain't nobody around to feed you, you're gonna starve. That's a fucking problem. That's a fucking survival skill. This bitch needs to learn how to fucking cook. She has a kid. Get the fuck out of my face. But anyway, we need to wrap. We need to wrap up. We've been over like a half an hour. So tell them where they can find you on social media.
Me?
Yeah.
Christopher. Don't follow me on social media. I don't like y'all, because y'all be trolling me.
Because you be wilding.
Nah, I try to keep it cool now, because I don't try to get my opinion on the internet.
I don't think you should.
I don't get my opinion on the internet, because
you're one of those unpopular opinion dudes, aren't you?
No.
Yes, you do. You seem like the dude that comes with the unpopular opinion.
I come from the heart.
So the unpopular opinion?
Maybe.
Well, you can find me, Spunky Brewster with 2 Y's, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't be on Twitter as much anymore, but you can still find me there. And SoundCloud, Spunky Brewster 2 Y's. I make beats. Will be starting up again soon. Actually, I'm trying to get back into those endeavors. But any other time, of course, you can catch me here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. The Kool Kids Radio. Sometimes we'll be on CP time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thanks for filling in, even though you drove me a little crazy.
You probably hate me, but whatever. I'm going to give my opinions.
No, I don't hate you. I appreciate your opinions, and I just feel like I really wish I could help fix you.
I'm not broken.
I beg to differ. But it's okay. You're a cool dude, but you got some issues.
He's gonna be right when he meets the right one.
He will. He's gonna find someone that's gonna help him.
And he's gonna change like a motherfucker.
Yes, he will. And it's gonna be, he's gonna realize he's gonna look up one day and everything gonna be different.
My hero was Ghost, and I need an Angela.
Are those reality TV people?
They did not break up. Angela.
Oh, it's not power.
See, Tammy wanted him to stay there. Tammy didn't let him grow. Oh,
you said Angela, but I was thinking his wife. Nah, I mean, but he always loved her. Even back when they was kids.
He would have stayed.
She left him.
He would have. What's her name?
Tammy.
He would have stayed with Tammy on that one part. He said, "I need to. I want you to be the best drug dealer, and you're gonna be the best drug dealer in New York, biggest drug dealer in New York."
She gave.
He broke up with her right then.
She gave him the pep talk.
He was trying to show her.
She gave him the drug dealer.
He tried to show her that he was growing, but she wanted to put him in the box that she wanted.
But she always wanted him to be that.
I don't watch Power.
Oh, you didn't watch Power?
You don't watch Power.
Oh yeah. Watch the this what I did.
You need to binge watch.
I watched the most recent 2 episodes. Oh no, I gotta see all of this.
I don't watch Power.
Watch it. If you watch one episode, you'll be hooked.
It's actually
I watched like the first 2 and I just couldn't get
it's better than Empire.
You gotta keep it going.
And I like Empire.
It's very witty.
Why do we fucking compare the two? They're not the same.
You gotta compare everything.
Power is very witty.
I like it. I like
very witty. And it's not your cliche black television.
Right. The writer, the creator, that she did a good job. I like it better because clearly a straight woman wrote this as opposed to a gay man. Yeah. And so it flows better.
Empire got that. Empire got a little bit of that Tyler Perry-ish. That
yeah.
It's coonish. I'm not gonna lie, Empire coons out, but I like this. That's because it's a soap opera, and I watch it for the fact that it's a soap opera. They queen it out, but it is a soap opera. It's supposed to queen out. No, this is a real life soap opera.
Yeah, I'm saying
Empire, it's like a musical soap opera.
Empire's a musical soap opera, and they don't go into too many songs. Actually, don't go into no songs in the Power.
Yeah, that's not a soap opera. That's a sitcom. It's a show. Like that's a show.
This is not Carmen, that Beyonce.
No, that's not. Play. No, like I really will say from what I even see, it's not a soap opera. That is a show. Like that's like it's its own show. Like Shameless and all the other shows. Like it's a network show. It's not a soap opera at all.
I mean, but it is on Fox, so it got to be a little bit.
It's cheesy. Soap opera. It's gotta be cheeky. It has to. It's on network TV. It has to be cheeky. It's all about flash and glamour. It's
Lucius Line is
soap opera. We talk about Empire in that instance.
Lucius Line is still that nigga though.
But anyway, we gotta go, y'all. We gotta go. Carlos is texting me and I gotta go home. So it's been real. Peace. God bless, good night, and all that good stuff. We shall see y'all next week. I'm late to go home. I gotta go home, my baby.
West Side.